Hi, my name is Rich Latimer and I'm a professional performing musician and the founder of the Awareness Shows program. What are awareness shows? Awareness shows are real people, real stories, real songs covering social, emotional and environmental issues in high schools. Why did I start awareness shows? My family and my life have been impacted by a range of social and emotional issues over my lifespan. Depression, bullying, substance issues, a whole range of things, which culminated in 3.5, 4 years ago, one of my young brothers being involved in an alcohol-related accident, which saw me by his bedside singing to him day and night a song that I was hoping would get through and call him out of the coma, one that he was diagnosed as being irreversible and not a lot of hope for his survival. He ended up being a medical miracle coming out of that coma, and even recalling some of the things that I said to him at the time when I was singing to him. This left in me two things: a sense of responsibility to share this in the hopes that other young people and other families would experience it, and a belief in the power of music to deeply communicate. I observed a lot of other families coming and going from the ICU ward in the time that we were there, and realised that it's the second highest killer of our young people in this country, before suicide. And so that song that I was singing was found on YouTube, and I was asked to come to America by one of the largest educational programs in the States. When I returned home to Australia after playing to thousands of young people, I really felt that I needed to keep doing this work. And so Awareness Shows was born and has been in operation since then. What are they? They're a music concert. They're a powerful, emotive music concert on social media. And it's about them sharing their stories and their experiences amongst each other. Not just being told what to do or how to do things, but them actually sharing where they're at. And so the social media is an extensive long-term follow-up, which we have young people still from 4 years ago engaging in the program. And look forward to visiting your school.
It was a beautiful, passionate and interesting show. It was truly inspiring.
After the show, I could see that it had affected the students in a positive manner.
Interesting on how he expressed his personal life with his younger brother.
Rich was amazing in the support that he provided for these students. Really spoke to me in a way that nothing really has.
Very good. Good show. Good singer.
Felt that really connected with the audience.
It was great. It was amazing. Really spoke to the people.
Hey everyone, awesome to see such a full house. Done a few of these, and I reckon this is pretty much the biggest I've seen for quite a while. So it's awesome that so many of you are coming out looking at ways to improve your business and learning what you can learn, and at this end of the year. So first of all, this is an honour to be here, and lots of thanks to everyone involved, you guys, for taking the time out to come. The reason that I start with this video at the beginning of my presentation is around social media and direct marketing, because it provides two really important things. Number one, it provides you with a bit of more insight into who I am as a person and what I do outside of providing cutting-edge social media and direct marketing for traders, which is the other thing that I do. It gives you a bit of an insight into maybe some of the elements of the type of person I am and the journey that I've had. So if you saw with that program, it came from real life events, and I've toured the globe with that. Done probably performed to 150,000 kids, and we've had thousands of suicide reach outs, a range of different substance abuse issues, a whole range of things, and essentially it allows you to get a bit of a picture of yeah, the kind of person that I am and what I believe in and the stuff that I'm interested in doing. Secondly, and vital to my presentation today, is it demonstrates one of these three key factors that are shaping where business is already at now. So this is, when I started doing these presentations, I would be, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I'd say, this is getting stronger, this is coming more, this way of being, whereas now, this is it. We're in. We're into a stage of economy, global perception, consumer perception that literally, pivotally function from these 3 points. And the first one, and why that video and how that video relates, is called social currency. So this is now the new equation that all the breaking economists are trying to crack. This is now what all the marketing people are rushing around trying to work out how to do. This is what saw Masters's, go down the drain. This is why McDonald's profits are plummeting. This is why major global corporations, this is why big national expansive building franchises are struggling to maintain the level of... Sorry? Mr. Trump? It's the okay, and every tool, every concept can be used in any which way you want to. I'm not going to make any political judgments here, but this is also the reason why Trump won. Twitter won the election for Trump, just so you're really clear. Twitter. It's also the reason that I'm standing in front of you now, currently working with 400 of the country's top builders. Not people who want to be or trying, but the ones that are actually at the peak of their game and that are consistently getting what Kurt likes to call blue chip jobs and all the rest of it, or moving in that direction. Social currency, that word there you know, and that word there you know. So it's simply the sense that now the social perception around you as a person, this is before you get up and get in the ute and go and do anything, the market wants to know. They want to know who you are, what you do on the weekend, where you went last vacation, why, what other things do you support in your region, and why it is that I'm going to spend $1.5 billion with you. And they want to see that slowly. They want to be drip-fed that. They want to really learn about you, and this is how we're able to successfully transform building businesses like you guys from what we call job to job to job. And that is, I'm always flat out. Last thing I need is any more work. I'm sick of doing so many quotes I've gone from 50 houses to 20 houses a year. The margins are here, and not only that, I only build colonial homes where they allow me to use mahogany on spiral stairwells, or I won't touch them. And don't laugh, because the amount of micro-niching available, what we're doing with our clients is phenomenal. You can literally design your market where you want to be. And it's getting pretty amazing. So social currency is the concept of creating a perception around yourself, your business, your team, and the vehicle for doing that obviously is social media. So I'm a social media expert. That craft was a hard one, and there's a handful that are any good at it. And for us, we only work with trades now because we want to stay on the cutting edge of the trades industry. I'm a rock and roll musician by trade, as you saw. 15 years touring, playing with, Wolfmother, Cog, the mates of mine, doing all that sort of stuff. And so what we had was a business model where the market was ridiculously flooded for a start. The product was, just in the minds of people, worth nothing, essentially. Just rip it off, download it off online. And the people we were competing against were cashed up to the hilt and had inside connections to all the radio and TV stations. Believed in the fact of the bush of Byron Bay. And the reason I was able to be successful is because I mastered social media and direct marketing, which I'll pop a question with you guys before I explain exactly what it is. And I mastered social currency. So we'd rock into a town and we would donate quarter of the proceeds to the local soup kitchen. We'd have representatives come. This is before awareness shows came. It's just been in my nature, pretty much, doing that sort of stuff, and it's worked and I've enjoyed it, essentially. I grew up on job sites. My dad's a brickie. He's nearly 60, still a brickie here in Sydney now, and I've got 11 uncles, and they're all tradies. A year and a half ago, during the journey of doing all this, I put on the tool belt and went through the
unimaginable pain of actually trying to build something myself. Nearly lost my wife, who was heavily pregnant at the time, and yeah, that was a royal nightmare, but a great way for me to learn firsthand, literally firsthand, went out and bought all my tools and the whole thing, to get much closer to my clients, you guys. What's it really like? Well, you know, on the phone, you got a text message, there's a cement truck coming up, someone, you know, my brother's just gone through one of the concrete pads, hit a water main, I'm kind of like, you know, like all of that. And I was managing one job, and I'm there going, you know, I'm sitting there going, I'm just going, okay, you want to be a builder, you're a magician. Either that or you've all got magician wives that make everything happen and you're just pretending out there. So that's a bit more social currency. There even, you know, hear a bit about me. These are the things that the market are wanting, and these are the things that we're using with our clients to secure them jobs that are way beyond what they've previously done. And I don't have much time. The case studies are out the wazoo. One of the toughest one was the client saying, I don't want to live in Sydney anymore, I want to move to the Gold Coast. And I'm like, you're a builder and you want to move to the Gold Coast. The dog eat dog. How many more thousand can I slice off my quote, you know, and can I bring you around dinner each night as well? And I'll keep dropping my quote, you know, that place. And through social currency and through social media and through the system and tool that we implement, we're able to relocate him. And initially start him off on the Gold Coast with some work and some decent contracts. It's a really, really powerful thing. I really want you guys to tune in on my presentation today and know that everything that I'm talking about is based on hard-won factual reality, real-world results that we have done, that we are doing with real people. We're working with this man. We do the social and digital for Kurt. We do the social and digital for Don Doolan. We do the social and digital for Gabrielle, you're about to hear from, and Buildertrend. Heard of Buildertrend? They just signed me as their social and digital for Australasia. Okay, so I do this work, and I want you guys to really tune in because I know that we can help you. So social currency is going to be your key weapon in the next 5 years. I was at a presentation last week, and they sent someone from James Hardie, and in bold letters, the only point on the screen, right, had all these other points of things you can do about your building business to, you know, survive the next 5 to 7 years, and in bold letters was, make social media your number one weapon. That's what it said. And immediately the guy that was talking about had absolutely no idea what he's talking about at all, but it was good that he got the point up on the screen, you know, essentially. And you'll find a lot of that. You'll find a lot of that. A lot of people out there saying they know what this is all about, they wouldn't have a clue. For example, if they tell you're a Facebook expert in the builders and trades industry, you want to make sure that they're working with hundreds and hundreds of builders and they've got that as factual results, because there's a lot of phone calls coming out of India and Philippines at the moment, and you know, we'll sort you out with everything, you know, so be careful on that. So social currency is found from the tiniest things to the biggest things. It's about you as people, it's about the way you integrate with your teams. But to be honest, you're pretty lucky in Australia because we're so into watching building happening that those progress shots, those things like that, they lap them up and eat them up. They really do. They really are obsessed. I mean, we've just started looking now outside of where we are, and I'm the same. I can't help it. You know, I'm just like, oh, what was that? You know, who's building there? And so you can monopolise on this obsession. You can monopolise on your TV programs and things, because what you want to try to do is move from job to job to job to job to where you personally handpick and the client's coming to you saying, please work with us. We know you're 10, 15 grand dearer. We want to work with you. We've been following you for 12 months. We know who you are as people. We've seen what you've done. We want to have your stamp on our house, not them, you know. And that's where you can get to with that kind of stuff. You can become a key area in your industry, in your areas and regions. So basically, how do you turn your social currency into money and in contracts is through a process called client banking. And how do you turn your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, all the different things that we do. So what we do is we handpick the specific social medias that specifically work for builders, and we set them up in a specific way that we know bring results for them. Then, sort of like fishing ponds, really, like putting lots of automated fishing lines out into all these ponds, and we bring them all back into a central basket. So a way for me to explain client banking So that you've got social currency, you've got the gist of it. I could give so many different case studies and it's money in the bank. It's, you know, if these things go viral, I mean, right now there's, you know, probably 5,500 people watching me live right now. You know, we've got a database of nearly 5,000 that this gets emailed to automatically as soon as I walk off. We're helping our clients do stuff like where you can run your own TV show. You do your own blog. You know, Tuesday, bang, do your live video. That goes out, people can tune it in real time, and if they don't, it'll automatically end up in your inbox. Our systems do that. So it's really about, for you guys, you've got zero time and you want maximum result and you want the best marketing you can have in the best spaces really easily. You know, that's what we've learned over time. So bringing your social currency down into client banking is a process of fishing, literally fishing.
It's like a burley trail.
Thank you. You're onto it. So this is how it works, and then I'll show a video. So I'm going the concepts first. I want them ingrained and know how vital these are. When I say vital, I mean as in vital to break out that cycle, vital to break into different markets, vital to take your business to different levels. And this is it. This is how this is done. So, and exchange man for woman. I've done that a few times. You know, it's whatever. You know, at the end of the day, I'll tell you, most of our clients, we end up working with wives and partners in terms of the social stuff anyway. So that's excellent that they're supporting that. So this is the situation we find most builders in. And I don't really care if that's 500k and 750 and 650, or if you're sitting there going, you know, that's your 1.1, that's your 1.2, that's your 1.5. It doesn't really matter. What I'm getting at here with this is the concept. You call this job to job to job. And it's the sense of, and I do it through a story. There was once two fishermen. One had been fishing with the same bait gear for years, you know, doing the same old thing. Wait for the phone to ring, you've got the same relationship with the same architects. You know, there's always work there. Someone always comes through the door, it's all good. And he was out there fishing, he was sitting out of the water, he was happy. He's not, by no means is he unhappy. And by no means would you, you know, I don't know, but a lot of you guys are probably doing, you know, perceptually doing fine currently where you are. He's fine, it's all good. Then another guy came along and said, look, congratulations on your fishing effort there. And the guy thought that he was taking the piss, and this is why. So he's thinking to himself, I'm sitting here with these guys, and I was happy. I was real happy till I saw you. I was real happy with how the last 3 years went until this year we've got another $80,000 in the bank account net, and I've paid bonuses to all my subbies, and I'm on holidays for another 3 months, and I've done less work, less stress, less pressure. We're all happy, and it's good to be happy each day. But until we saw this. Now, the concept of this is very simple. He has an unfair advantage. So not only does he have 50 hooks in the water, so Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, his own databases, he brings them back out of all those social environments where he's created social currency around his brand, brings them back in his own central database automatically, and then services them, feeds them up, nurtures them, inspires them, educates them, so that they come in as clients that are educated, inspired, and emotionally connected to you, your building services and whatnot, and they just want to work with you. And this is how social currency is how. This is kind of where it's all headed. So particularly millennials, so people coming through those age ranges, they will no longer be making decisions based on, oh, so and so said so and so was good because so and so. And don't worry about Google and SEO. The first thing they do after they Google and SEO you is go and look at your Facebook page. Doesn't exist. What kind of build is that? Post was 3 years ago. What happened? They're on the current bear next week. Don't go near it. And you don't mind, but you're still getting work. But you're not getting the work that was that person that was researching you, who had all the progress payments in advance ready to go in cash or in their bank accounts, and wants to talk to you about who you are and how you like to build and work with you. And that's the kind of experiences that we're having with our clients, particularly those who implement our initial systems. So initial systems is essentially, you're about to see, I'll show a video that explains it. If we do all the social media, we set up all the hooks and capture points, comes back into a central database. You've got this wonderful thing called an e-brochure, which goes out, deals with the person, tells them everything about you, and then in your pocket, to the tune of a minute or so a week, you can pull your phone out, snap a picky through Instagram, press it, It'll go out through your Instagram, through your Facebook, through your blogs, it'll appear on your website. It'll also go out automatically into the inbox of every person who's ever contacted you once a month. It's all done because we've been down the hard road of trying to get builders to do much more than that, and it doesn't work, basically.
One snap or one little
One
video
snap and
a week.
yeah, once a week, one snap a week. So that's generally what it is, and it works well. But that's the bare bones. I mean, I'll do a Q&A at lunch. I'm gonna get not at all. In fact, you don't even need to use it. Yeah. But I just want to let you know, like I hear that. Don't want to be a Facebook wanker, but I just want to humbly also say that the people that put money in your bank accounts that have bought houses from you, they are 80% of the population. 97 use email. So the clincher is actually email. Email direct is the clincher. But 80% of the Australian population are using social media, and then that will shift into your 90s and 100s in the next 100% in the next 5 years.
So these millennials, they keep turning on the news that they can't afford houses.
Okay, well, you don't necessarily need to be targeting them. A lot of our clients are over 60, like our builder clients are over 60. Yeah, heaps of them over 60, and a lot of their clients are in that 50 to 60 range. So, number one, the bell curves on social media usage are kind of that millennial period a bit, but then there's another massive one post 50. There's a lot of grandparents who are tracing and tracking their kids through there, and you guys know that. Are you on Facebook?
No, because my mum tries to track me.
Okay. Is anyone in your family on Facebook or Instagram? They all are.
Everyone I know possibly will use that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, but I hear you. But the bottom line is no, with our system, you don't have to. You can just use it for work, and, you know, that's fine. So this concept of client banking is kind of how you bring your social currency, because there's no point having social media. There's no point having great goodwill out there. There's no point having houses listings, trades pages listings, and all the rest of it. There's no point me putting 50,000 hooks out and 50,000 ponds if there isn't a hook on the end physically to lift the fish out, bring it back in, and put it in my boat. And that's really kind of the key to it. And we have an amazing system that does that. Very simple and easy. I'm about to show you from a builder's perspective how it works. I'll wrap out of that by closing with what social capital is. And then, my idea for today is to, try to work with you guys in this process. And I'll explain that, and there's some sheets that will come around that Neil will help me out with. So here is kind of an overview of what we do from a builder's perspective in terms of what you pay for what we physically implement. He's missing a couple of key points, and I'll pause it at that time and explain what they are.
Rich from RJ Builders, just here to talk today about the Rich Training email marketing system and how it's helped us as a company today.
What type of marketing does RJ Builders do and have?
We heavily rely on the Rich Training Facebook setup. We're a fairly new, young company, so pretty well. I mean, we have our site banners and our trailers on the road, all written up and everything. But at the moment, it's pretty well Facebook, social media, our website.
And how do you get new leads and inquiries?
Yeah, so a lot of our new leads that aren't word of mouth are coming via our Facebook. Pretty well, people just come on here, they check out our page. From there, they can get our e-brochure here, they click up here or down here, sort of the first Facebook.
So multiple hooks in multiple ponds, but also multiple hooks in singular ponds. So you want to have as many hooks as you can in all these different areas to harvest as much potential, to line up as much potential to be able to handpick those whale or blue chip jobs.
Light up from them, they get bombarded.
And what leads have been generated to date with Rich Training?
There's been 3 months.
So today, since the start of April when we started with Rich, we've pretty well got about 20 leads. From that, probably we're looking like converting 2 or 3 of them. We've got 6, 7 maybe solid ones.
And how long have you been using the Rich Training system?
Yeah, we've been using it since the start of April. It was all up and running then, and it's been really good and really helpful. Had plenty of great feedback.
And with the e-blast system, how easy is that for you?
Yeah, really easy actually. Like the initial one gets set up by Rich. You don't do anything. Richard's guys organise it all. They run the blast, it all gets set up, and it looks great.
And what was involved for you? Rich just set everything up, or?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, they open up a Dropbox initially. You have all your own sort of PDF and templates and everything. Obviously, your material you want to use, logos and all that sort of stuff. All your contacts. I mean, we didn't have a big database, being a young company, but pretty well the bigger companies I could see really it going nuts for them. So.
Okay, and how do you capture a new lead on the spot?
New leads on the spot, yeah, so I pretty well carry my iPad with me everywhere. I've got the same thing set up on my phone, but Richard's set up for us, or they told us how to run through it. I've got a social part here on my iPad. It's got my Facebook, overview, get the latest, and Tumblr. So from there, I meet a new customer, I have this set up already as an app, and I just put their details.
So just quickly, this is a bit old, clarify some of the things. When we say lead capture, we're talking about those hooks. So not only are those hooks permeated through everywhere, online, all the rest of it, we do all that, but we give you QR codes for all your use and all your signage. You've got apps on all your mobile devices. Our clients hand out the lead capture thing to all their subbies, all their subcontractors, because you never know. You know, they're working on site, someone comes in and says, oh, you know, who are you guys and what do you do? The last thing you ever want to do is say, oh, I'll take that, you know, I'll get back to you, or go and check out a website. So this is how you lower that. We've got forms that do that. They work on and offline. So it's expansive, and we kind of give you all that back in a sewer platter, you know, just make it ready to go, you know. And it goes integrates with your website, of course.
From there, they go straight into our system, and everything's good and ready to go.
And how does the eBrochure opt-in work?
Yeah, so these guys, or a new client, potential client, opts in. From there, they get sent our eBrochure pretty well within the minute, 2 minutes. Our eBrochure is, where have we got him? No, that's not it, sorry. eBrochure is here. So this is what each client gets sent straight away. From that, it's very helpful.
So that's straight into the person's inbox instantly at the time. So it's 11 o'clock, they've finished dinner, they've just watched, you know, they've seen the block earlier, they're inspired. Through their news feed comes, which is why the block spends all their money on social media during their TV shows, because their ratings in social media are nearly on par with their ratings on the TV. So all the TV shows know that they're losing out to social now, because they're trying to get people to watch the show instead of watching their phones. So they're trying to put prizes and win stuff by you. We're trying to connect them to. And they touch a button, they put in the thing, and they get this straight away. So it's kind of like a 24/7. Can I take your name, phone number, and email? I'll send you everything you need to know, and it'll give you who we are, what we do, and why, and it puts the fish in your basket, and then the fish gets automated emails once a month from just a snapshot of what's happened with you guys.
Full, I mean, they get to see our work that we've done, contact us, view our company profile, our testimonials, inclusions, our 7-step brochure that we've created, a bit more inclusions, and then obviously contact us and go through everything like that.
Does it assist you with handpicking your clients?
Yeah, definitely. From that, once they get that, then automatically we've got set up a few automatic send-outs. This is one of them here, which is our Thinking of Building page. Pretty well just greets them, says hello, and then from there they get our questionnaire. This is our questionnaire up here, so pretty well someone gets the eBrochure, they log in, I get them to fill this out. I haven't spoken to them, I haven't wasted any time with the client who's maybe not going to be something that we're going to use a lot or be able to work with. And pretty well, yeah, we get budgets, sloping blocks, if they've got plans, anything like that, and it's really good for filtering and qualifying clients.
And what did you have to do with getting everything up and running?
Nothing really. It was all really easy. I obviously met Rich via Kurt from Builders Coach. I met Kurt via Facebook and Rich Training. So that for me was pretty well. I said to Kurt, how do I get on board with this sort of stuff? From then he just gave me Rich's phone number, and obviously, I mean, your initial phone call to Rich is probably half an hour of him chewing your ear off, telling you how good his product is, and I definitely agree. I mean, it's sensational. So, for ease of setting up, once you've gone through that pain, you are.
I just want to say something on that. Like, no, see, this is very serious. I was sharing with Neil, who's not only a client, he's also a friend. I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm incredibly passionate about it. I'd like to sit here and rate through 50 case studies where you're just sitting there going, your mind's just going bang, bang, just wow. Or don't have the time, 45 minutes. And Kurt's done this to me to help me to consolidate, which I'm trying to do. But that's really kind of the reason for that. And today I'm trying to I want to come across and let you guys know that we love what we do. I love what we do, and we do it for a great reason. Obviously, we use financial proceeds towards the Awareness Shows program, but I don't want it to come a long way that, I don't know, you know what I mean? So today is my last seminar for the year. You guys are the last group of people that might be coming aboard to work with us. I'm doing my best. This is an old video.
You then talk to the team and put everything in, and they set everything up for you.
And the ongoing maintenance?
Pretty well. Ongoing maintenance is very easy. It probably takes me maybe 5-10 minutes a week. I just come back to my iPad, go into our Tumblr section.
I'll just skip this part. This part's changed since then. So now all you do is you just pull out your phone, open up your Instagram, take a photo, write a few lines of text, put your tag, and let it go. And then it does the rest for you. So in that one moment, you have communicated to many thousands of people than you could have with your radio ads, with your TV ad, all your different things. You've already done it. And you've updated your website. You haven't had to wait for 3 months from someone from India to tell you 50,000 excuses about why they didn't put the photo from 3 years ago up. It's done. Okay? So, it's done. And it's done there, and it's done then. And this is what people want now. Remember I said about social currency? One of the big things about it is transparency, integrity, and currency. Okay? The single largest investment that a human in Australia will make in their life is their home. It's the single largest purchase that anyone in our country, well, most of some people that might be buying some aeroplanes or something, but generally, for us out there, the home is it. You guys are in the #1 most powerful industry for social media, and for our clients, it's the #1 way that we generate revenue. He's been with me for 4 years, and we've been able to take him from very humble beginnings. He ended up winning 3 contracts out of that, by the way. And he's gone on and on and on. Now we're doing house and land campaigns for him. It's just coming straight off Facebook, pre-qualified client, automatically done. He's not doing his agent fees anymore. He's not doing his marketing kits per one. So it's really powerful stuff. He goes on basically just to say how easy it is to use, all of that.
Oh, and it's already reached 2,500 people, 56 likes, and yeah, it's still climbing.
So with the Facebook activity, have you...
So in that 60 seconds, 2,500 potential fish, 5 of which have got contracts that are 10 times better than the job that you just quoted on, that you really hope you say no to that job so that you get that other one that you never would have got had you not been in that space. That's back to that workflow model, that blue chip house model. Yeah, so essentially I'll wrap it there. I know I'm going to get lynched in 10 minutes exactly. He goes on to say, Rich is great and that I recommend working with him and all of that. That's what he actually says.
What's the cost?
Probably about $1 million so far. Probably probably more. In fact, with the house and land packages that we've just launched, he came to me and told me the kind of money that has been made, and he's actually offered me 10% net for my youth charity off every house and land package that he sells. And the way he said it to me, he said, I'd rather give it to you than waste it what I was doing 25k a pop in marketing packs for selling house and land through agents. I didn't even know what they were doing with the money. They said they were doing newspaper and social media. Where the hell was that money going? He spends $5 grand a month for his campaigns. And that's no word of a lie. I'll just tell him about, I know, 10 minutes. I want to see this crash tackle, Kurt. I'm going to hang up here. All right? You might have beat us in the cricket, but I reckon I'd stand
So
up.
they started at $5 grand a month?
This is campaigns, different things. So at lunchtime, I'm going to be over there and actually able to talk to people, questions and different things. I've got registration sheets which I might get out to you guys. I'll wrap it by hitting the last point. The setup, what we do, just to answer you, sir.
Yeah.
The setup, what we do, is initially we get all the social media cleaned up and sorted. Because you might have rogue pages, different things, some stuff you've done, you haven't done, whatever. We fix it all, consolidate it all, link it all. We bring it all down into that e-brochure system. We design and build all of that. We set up the automated newsletters, the whole deal. We put the other emails in that automatically pre-qualify and keep people at bay for a little bit, personalised. Right? That's what he was showing you there before. So he gets an inquiry. He's got about 4 weeks where that person's like, wow, this guy just sits up at night. All he cares about is me. He's like, I've got any other clients, and it's all personalised, the questionnaires, all the rest of it, right? In the core package, which is about $22.50 today. There's a deal for today, obviously, it's on here. And there's a monthly fee which maintains the system. It's about $80 a month for people with under 500 in the database. If you go over that, it goes to the next bracket. That's what we would use a proportion of that towards the awareness shows program. Once you've got the tackle, once you've got the rod and the tackle and the box and the basket, if you come to us then and say, right, got all that, all the tools are there in place, it's all capturing, it's all doing what it should, taking out fishing, then yeah, we're masters in Facebook and Instagram campaigns, and we will bring you. I mean, Neil, I won't say the demographic, but I mean, you've been with me for a while, and we're about to micro niche your business.
Yep.
And do you want to say just anything? Do you want to
how long have I been with you? Probably 18 months, maybe.
2 years.
Yeah. So I've been using the same thing that Reese does. That social media is just gold for me. Like I'll have a client, I have a number of clients at any one time, but I'm just constantly posting updates of the job. Those clients click like and share because they're happy about sharing their project. That goes out to all their databases, so who knows how much people it's potentially reaching. So I love it. It's good.
What business are you in?
So your clients overseas and they're sending it out. It's getting
Yeah.
across to other people there.
Yep.
What business are you in?
I'm a builder.
You're a builder?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's with the campaign specifically, and then recently we've launched a thing called a social currency mentorship, because we're constantly researching what's breaking and how it's working in those spaces. And previously we never had capacity to, we set you all up and get you running. We can bring in the thing. It's so easy to run that you don't really need, someone. But now we've got a thing where if you want that extra care, you want someone. We've got someone who calls once a month and looks at how things are going, all the rest of it. And usually we work with people who are ready on the day because it means that we're into it and we know them, we've met them and all the rest of it. So that's that side of it. The way I want to wrap with the social currency, social capital, is that what we've seen is once the client banking gets to a sort of a peak level and it grows, and that is your databases are growing and all the rest of it. And I will finish hopefully with one very short video to let you know that all of you now are sitting on this. You're already sitting on a lot of social currency. You're already sitting on decent client banks. It's all that database you've got. It's in your old accounting programs. It's in that old phone where and other business cards, networking meetings, all the rest of it. So we will consolidate all that, and we will get all that together. And when we launch that first e-blast that we do for you, that's where the dollars usually turn around. So most times we sort of run about a 9 out of 10 ratio where people engage with the pack. Do their first blast, and a contract or two or whatever comes through. And I wanted to show that because I want you to know you've got that there now, literally like a little black briefcase of untapped cash. That literally you just got to get all that out, let the world know, and then all of a sudden you've got can be quite a few. I'll let the guys do the talking, but I want you to know that it's already there now. So if you implemented what I'm talking about, its likelihood of immediate turnaround is fairly rock solid now after 5 years. So I know there's going to be some great stuff from Kelly about video and everything, and I wanted to say that, so we've been live now in video, that not only is live stream timing across several social media platforms, it's also going to end up in the inbox of nearly 3,000 people, and that we're currently designing a program that a way of how you guys can monopolise on this live video thing to create kind of your own micro TV shows that really boost your social currency and attract the people. And that's when you find you can do those things, charging more and all the rest of it. And don't kid yourself the social currency doesn't work. I'll use the same one I use every time. You know, raise your hand if you own an iPhone. You paid over $1,000 for something you could have paid a couple of $100 for that will do all the same functions, essentially the same applications are available, you know, all the rest of it. Why did you knowingly, wittingly pay $1,200 more when there was a cheaper quote? Why did you do that? Considering even it's got lower battery life, less resistance to damage and everything. No, you're laughing because you're thinking to yourself, like, ain't the thing. So tell me, why did you do that? Just one person, why? Marketing? What part of marketing? Everywhere it's in your face. It's emotional. It's social currency. We're up to our third Steve Jobs movie. They're going to milk that social currency for the next 10 years because they know that that's all they've got left to rely on, because the other technology providers are moving faster, better, quicker, easier. They are a pure testimony of social currency. Some people will go and buy the phone. I mean, I've had it with me. I've got off the stage and a guy comes up and says, mate, hate social media, been in business 50 years, I know everything about building, I know exactly how it works, you know, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to buy this thing today, I like your youth thing, good on you. You know, and like, that's sort of, you know, I've had that on a few occasions, you know. So social currency is a massive driver, you've got to be a part of it. In terms of your initial e-blasts, I will give you a little indication, quite a good one. I've got exactly 2 minutes.
G'day, I'm Jeff Waiters from Northern Homes and Developments. We're located here in Currajong Hills in Wall Street, Western Sydney. Rich has just asked me to...
Sorry, I'll have to show this one because I've got to be under 2 minutes.
G'day everyone, I'm Brett from Touchstone Homes in Maryborough.
This is about your initial databases. So should you come on board with this, we'll get those immediately.
Email marketing system that he's probably set up, or he's actually set up, I've just done very little. Look, it's a fantastic system. I spoke with Rich recently at the Builders Boot Camp in November down in Sydney. I loved the spiel he put on about the EMS that he was doing and everything, and please don't let me get into technical things. I have no idea how all that works, but I know the system that he's done does work. We sent out an e-blast in January this year, and over the weekend we sent it on Friday, and by Monday morning we had 137 odd inquiries that come through, and quite a few of those have actually turned into contracts now.
And don't be scared about that, oh, I don't want 137. These were curated, they knew who they were able to work out who to pick and choose the best jobs from it instead of taking...
So it's been a really fantastic system. Rich asked me to send him our database, which I didn't really know a great deal about, and as it turned out, we actually had 1,700 people in the database that we utilised with our first e-blast. And if you want to just come out here and have a look at this computer screen, I can show you some of the things here, and by no means a whiz, but this e-blast here we sent out in January. You can see there by the graph we had 565 unique opens at 40.41% open up, and I think if you talk to Rich about those sort of percentages, they're really high. And
So I've got to stop now. It's 12:25, and out of respect to a very good friend, mentor of mine, Kurt, I'm going to say thank you guys very much for listening to me. I've got registration sheets at the back, and I can answer any questions over lunch. And please, if you would like to ask questions about the registration things, we'll just do it as a group kind of thing, because generally everyone has the same ones, and I can kind of just shout it out. Thanks very much. Oh, actually, I just...
Thanks, Rich. Honestly, I could keep listening to